Today, we talk about...
This is a mysterious review, ladies and gentlemen. The most mysterious review we have ever done. And I say that 100%. We are delving into new territory here.
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching. This is Running on Empty Food Review. And if you're wondering if this is a unique episode...
I think I've been saying that in nearly every video that I've been doing, but this truly is a unique one.
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and those watching at home. This is Report of the Week Food Review. And today, we'll be looking at Hot Ones, The Last Dab. If you were present for my last video, I looked at several of the other hot sauces that Heatonist had provided, and they were quite nice, but apparently this Hot Ones Last Dab is the greatest of them all. And I figured if I enjoy the show as much as I had portrayed from my last video, you would understand that this is the next best thing to experiencing what Sean Evans does such a great job of every week. And even if you're not a fan of the show, you could particularly enjoy this kind of experience if you enjoy hot sauces. I certainly do. But this one seems to be a special sauce because it's not only meant to be hot, but it's meant to be quite delicious as well, apparently. So I'll read the description that they left on the bottle. And it goes as such. Heat level, 10 out of 10. Caution, all it takes is a dab to turn Hot Ones guests and fans alike into stuttering, fire-breathing lunatics. The diabolical Pepper X, and that's in quotations, developed by mad scientist Smokin' Ed Curry, is among the world's hottest, but there's pleasure in the pain, thanks to a healthy hit of mustard, ginger, and turmeric. Live the tradition. And there's a nice link to their YouTube channel, which of course, I had referred to earlier, but if you're interested, you're welcome to check it out. And the ingredients are actually fairly simple. On the bottle, at least, it says Pepper X peppers, distilled vinegar, ginger root, turmeric, coriander, cumin, and dry mustard. And I'm sure it'll be delicious, but there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead and get it open. Now, as I had referred in the last video, Sean had written a nice personalized letter that he signed, which I'll read for you now. What's going on, Hot One fans? This is Sean Evans coming to you from a desk where I'm sitting down to write a big thank you for buying The Last Dab. A hot sauce that is very near and dear to my heart. When it came time to create... Let me start over. Ladies and gentlemen, and those watching at home. When it came time to create our Wing 10 sauce for Hot Ones, we wanted to make sure that it not only delivered a haymaker of heat to our celebrity guests, but also tasted good. Something I had referred to earlier in this video. Something that's rarely taken into account the higher the Scovilles climb. I'm biased, but I'd say our chili gurus, Heatonist and Smokin' Ed Curry of Pucker Butt Pepper Company, knocked it out the park. And of course, I don't know enough about hot sauces to know if they were kidding or if this was a serious brand of hot sauces. After all, it is kind of clever. Pucker Butt Pepper Company. It's got a sort of a ring to it if you think about it. And it sort of fits their branding quite well, but that's neither here nor there. Again, I apologize to the ladies and gentlemen and the folks watching at home. And if you're just tuning in, I'm the ReviewBrah, and this is Running on Empty Food Review, Hot Sauce Edition. Here's what I ask. When you break it open, film yourself and your friends tasting the sauce, and hit us on social media using the hashtag #TheLastDab. I love seeing fans dab in just as much as I like seeing Kevin Durant or Steve-O take down the last wing of death. Signed, Sean Evans. Well, thank you, Sean. I thoroughly appreciated reading this. And I just want to let you know how excited I am to try this sauce. So let's give it the old sniffing test. Well, it really hits you right away. I would say the spices mentioned on the ingredient list are very prominent when you take that first sniffle. So what I'll do is I'll rotate the plate I had set out for the previous hot sauces, and I'll just pour a little bit here. Now this one is visibly much thicker than the other sauces, so I'm going to have to actually dab it, which if you think about it, kind of fits with the theme of the hot sauce. It's meant to be dabbed on that last wing. Even though today we're not doing wings, we're doing tuna fish. And if you're just tuning in, you may be wondering, well, why tuna fish? And I can't say I have a particularly good answer other than I didn't have any wings available. But I did have plenty of tuna fish, and I figured what better time to use it than on this video. So let's take our nice piece of tuna. That's a nice one right there. And I'll put it right in the center as such, and I'll move the sauce so you can see it there. And just like the other sauces, we need to keep the experiment consistent. I'll rub it in the last dab, which I know some fans at home will probably think it doesn't count because I didn't actually dab it, and they may call it more of a smear or a spread. But however you want to define it, I think ultimately it's all about tasting the sauce. And that's what I've set out to do. So if you could just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, and those watching from home. This, after all, is the food review. So I'll let this soak in the tuna for a little bit. And I'm hoping the olive oil that's surrounding the tuna won't interfere with the experience of the sauce, but there's really only one way to find out. So now that I've left it on there for a little bit, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Oh dear. I'm laughing, of course, because this is in fact hot sauce. You know, I will definitely say, compared to the other sauces, it's much hotter. That's very clear to me. And I'm sure if you've tried it at home, you've probably experienced the same thing. But I was not expecting this level of heat, and it hits you very quickly. I shouldn't say I'm surprised. I mean, after all, it is hot sauce, and it is the last dab. But I think the mistake I made was before the video, I only had some espresso. I was so excited to make the video, I hardly ate anything at all. But, you know, I wanted to make sure I did this food review. And so I figured the tuna would be a good substitute around the time of this video. But of course I'm regretting that now because my stomach is empty and now filled with this hot sauce. But I can't say I'm displeased. It's given me that great pleasure I remember from the original Fiery Chipotle Hot One sauce. It is in fact delicious. They did deliver on that. And I have to say, if I was to give it a rating on that scale of 11 we spoke of earlier, I would have to give it a solid 9.5. I think that's fair to say. It very may well be that I'll change my mind later if I've had more experience with it. And in fact, now that I think about it, maybe it's worthwhile that we give it another shot, since we're all here. Of course, now the sauce doesn't want to come out. And that may be a pro to the sauce. It may be that it's trying to prevent you from having too much of the sauce. But we'll see if the heat holds up for a second round. Now, I had done that Pocky chip challenge not too long ago, and I would say the spice hit me much harder with this sauce than that did. But of course, we all know all sauces are different. And this is... This is the hottest sauce, the last dab. So, here we go again. Yes, all the flavors, all the spices that they described are all there. It's very true to form. Now, is this something I could eat on routine food? I think so. But I think you need to be careful of your limits and your thresholds for hot sauce. But with that said, I think I've given you enough of a take. Feel free to try it for yourself. It's fairly limited supply, but if you order it, at some point they'll get it out to you as soon as they deliver the peppers. But yeah, overall, not as bad of an experience as I thought it would be, but it is very hot. So please be careful when you try it. And with that, this has been the Report of the Week. And we'll see you on the next one. We out. Bye-bye. Oh my God.
I was trying to tell you to dab it. To dab the last one.
The last tuna?
The last bite that you had.
I mean, there's plenty left. You want to try it? I got this much fucking tuna.
I don't need tuna.
Oh, you don't like tuna?
I don't need tuna.
Oh, you don't need tuna. Yeah. All right. Have fun.